What up? It's your boy E9. I'm back after a long, long time. I know. It's been a minute. Last thing I posted was I think trenches, right? I haven't did A9 cast in months. I just been going through life right now. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't won't fall off on the YouTube channel, but it was hard for me to make time for it. My last episode was the Big Pimpin' episode where I broke down the lyrics of Big Pimpin' because I was confused why Jay-Z said that he hated that song and whatever he was saying. So I had to figure out what he was talking about. That was the last episode, episode 24. So this is going to be episode 25 of the A9 cast. It's finally back. I'm going to bring this back. Freeing up the time to do this. Still doing my music. Still doing the t-shirts. We trying to get it in. Trying to get it in the best we can. Find different ways to just be expressive, document, you know what I'm saying? Today is September the 4th, 2021, and I am here right now in a hotel room in Alabama, because right now, if y'all don't know, and some of y'all might know, right now, well, hold up, some of y'all might know, but some of y'all might not know, but I am from and live in New Orleans, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? And right now, Ida just happened. Hurricane Ida, about last Sunday, hit Louisiana and made her way all the way up to New York. New York even suffering from Ida. They had the flooding in the subways, about 20, 24, 25, 26. A lot of people wound up losing their lives. So prayers to New York, prayers to Louisiana, Florida, Mississippi, the whole South pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Texas have to pretty much let us in. Alabama gotta let us in. Everybody gotta let us in, you know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy going on in the world right now. Also, shout out to the people in California. Right now we going through Hurricane Ida. They got the floods in New York, and they got the fires in California. Just the world is ending right before our eyes. I'm not gonna lie to you, but there's some upside, I guess, maybe, sorta, kinda. We're gonna talk about just music. I might do a smaller episode of the A9 cast where I talk about where I was at, what I've been doing, and like the situation I was going through. But I might not open up about it. I don't even know. Like, it just depends if I feel comfortable doing it, if I feel it needs to be addressed. Like, the people who know. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to put nobody's business out there, but I guess maybe I may take that experience as lessons. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I might have an episode where I just talk about what I've learned through those experiences, but not really specify. It just depends on how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lesson to be learned in everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the whole Hurricane Ida situation as a lesson. I'm taking the whole situation I was just in as a lesson. Like, just to watch and be careful and be prepared for anything and everything. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. Let's talk about Donda, the Kanye West album. Now, how I usually rank albums is what songs I liked, like added to my like playlist versus the song that's on the album. So before I break down or kind of get my opinions on Donda, because my likes don't really, this is one of those albums where my likes do not justify my opinion of the album, if that makes kind of sense. But so far for Donda, I listened to 3 albums since we've been out here. I listened to Donda, I listened to Certified Lover Boy, and I listened to Big Duty Low. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really going to talk about Big Duty Low, but I like Duty Low. You know what I'm saying? His voice is interesting. His style is interesting. He OTF. You know what I'm saying? So I like Duty Low. So check out that album if you into drill. As far as Donda is concerned, the album had about 27 songs, I want to say. I'm about to check. I'm looking at it right now. The album had 27 songs, but about 23 of them is like the album, and the last 4 songs is pretty much a deluxe version or part 2 of songs that was already on there. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like he could have took these verses and added them to the songs and just made them one big song and still just made 23 things. So the songs that I've added out of those 27, I've added 7 songs out of the 27. Now, I know that ratio sounds bad, like, dang, so there's 20 songs that you would skip. When I don't add a song to my like, I wouldn't say it's a song I would not skip, but it's a song that I feel in the environments that I'm in would not fit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the songs I add to my like playlist, because for the most part, my life is going to the gym, um, going to work and making music. Like certain songs in my like playlist and in my hype playlist. I got a hype playlist and a like playlist. Certain songs in there. My hype playlist is for things that's gonna hype me up. Going to work, going to the gym, doing this and doing that. Things that I need like to be pumped with. So that's the songs I really add to my like playlist. Or even things that just sound good. Like I can get inspired by certain things like that. So with Donda, I'm not saying that I can't get hype. I mean, I can't. I'm not saying I don't like none of the songs on there, but there's very few songs where it kind of give me that feel where it's like, oh yeah, I could listen to this in the gym, or yeah, I could listen to this while I'm riding around. I could listen to this while I'm at work. I could listen to this while I'm just trying to get inspired. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what my thing is. So it's not 7 out of 27 songs is what I feel about Donda. I feel about Donda is because that ratio will make it seem like the album is just awful. Like, you skip 20 songs out of 27. Like, damn. Donda to me is one of those albums where it's like most albums, like when the Migos did it, even when Drake did it, just certain albums when they get to a certain point, like I think even the Migos recent album, like Culture 2, suffered with this bad. It was like it had its good songs, but it started carrying on too long. Migos 3 had that issue, but it wasn't too long. Like it had enough bangers to carry me through to the end, but at a certain point I started feeling like, okay, this is too much. Tyler Creator album was it didn't have that issue. J. Cole album didn't have that issue where it was too long. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me when I start putting out actual bodies of work instead of just dropping songs, I'm not going to try and go over 15, 16 songs. Just me personally, just because I know me, I wouldn't want to listen to more than 15, 16 songs in one sitting, especially if your range isn't enough to keep me interested for so long. You know what I'm saying? Certain people, there's only certain things they're going to talk about. I don't want to hear you talk about that for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So Kanye's album is a little different though. Kanye, with how he is musically, it doesn't seem like it takes way longer into the album to feel like it's dragging on too long before you feel like it's dragging on too long. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to get through the full album because everything just sounded different than what I'm used to. Like, of course, even some of the lyrics sounded different, but the features also helped because it wasn't just hearing Kanye. Like, the issue with the Migos is, for the most part, when they doing long albums, you're going to hear the Migos, all three of the Migos, all on every song. Even if they have a feature, you're still going to hear all three of the Migos on that song. You know what I'm saying? So at a certain point, it's kind of like, all right, I already know they're pretty much going to talk about this and that. They're going to have this flow. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? Because they could switch it up and they could do their thing. But when it comes to the albums and it being too long, you're going to be like, okay, I already know they're going to talk about this and they're going to do this and that. And it's kind of like, okay, I heard it already. With Kanye, with him having so many different artists, I feel like every song had a feature on it. They're not credited on all the songs. That's the thing. They're not credited on all the songs, but I feel like almost every song had a feature on it. So it's like you're hearing different voices, different flows, different pockets. Kanye's bringing in different instrumentation. It's just very experimental and it's kind of different. It kind of reminds me of Kanye's DJ Khaled album, except it ain't just DJ Khaled yelling in the background and everybody else do the work. It's like Kanye's got a verse on there. Some of his verses is all right. Some of his verses are just like, okay, I didn't know you could rap like that. Like Off the Grid, that when Kanye do his thing, Fabio do his thing. Junior, I like Junior. I think Playboy Cardi's on Junior. Somebody's on Junior, I can't remember. But Junior kind of like Remote Control, Heaven and Hell, Keep My Spirit Alive, Okay, Part 2, and Junior Part 2. Can't remember what song had Dirk on it. I gotta listen to the song with Dirk on it again. I don't know why I didn't add it to my like playlist. I thought I liked that song. Might be Heaven and Hell. I can't remember. See, he don't have the features on here, so it's hard to tell who's on what song. Even with me trying to recall it, I'm gonna have to look it up. But those are the songs like I liked, like where it's like, okay, I could listen to this while I'm doing whatever. But I give it a 6 out of 10. Really, I wouldn't say 6 out of 10. About maybe a 7. I don't know why I said 6 out of 10. I was thinking about another album, but maybe a 7 out of 10. Off of just quality. The production is good. The features is great. the concept is kind of there, but it's kind of not at the same time. It's interesting that he bleeped out or censored all the curse words in the album. Like at first I thought, am I listening to the clean version? But then I realized, no, like this is the version right here. Like he's gonna cut everything out, he's gonna bleep everything out to kind of fit into that gospel type thing. So it's like experimental. It's experimental, and it just sounds different. Uh, it's I haven't listened to none of Kanye's, like the most recent Kanye album I listened to is probably Life of Pablo, or I listen to the most. I would say I don't think I listen to the full Life of Pablo, but I listen to most of the songs of Life of Pablo. All this other stuff I ain't never really listened to, but I think it's a good album. I give it maybe a 7 out of 10. Let me see what song had Dirk on now. It's hard to remember. Hurricane was hard. I don't know why I don't have Hurricane on it, but Hurricane might been one of the best songs. Uh, with the Weeknd and Lil Baby, and like that song go hard. But Dirk's verse pretty much he talks about his brother, and it's very interesting, very introspective. Pretty much he was saying they brothers, they both billionaires and all that. That was fire. Fabio verse was fire. Like that's pretty much how I feel about it. Give it about a 7 out of 10, just because like instrumentally it's different. It sounds good. Sometimes maybe it was just the way I was listening to it or whatever, which I know on Joe Budden podcast he's like, oh, you gotta listen to it on speakers or whatever. But some things, just the sound quality of certain things just didn't sound as clean to me. I don't know why. Especially, I guess my ears more focused on it now since I do my own music now. So like I write my music, I record my music, I mix my music, and I master my music. So certain things like sound quality and stuff like that stand out to me a lot more now than it would have back then. But some of the songs and certain things, just the sound quality of it. Maybe it's just the way Kanye mixes stuff. I don't know. But the sound quality on some things just sound kind of weird to me. But everything else just sounds good. It's just there's not enough songs to make me be like, okay, this is what I want to listen to. I'm at the gym. This is what I want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's real preachy, it's real religious, or whatever like that. And outside of me, just what I want to listen to when I go to the gym, what I want to do with this, what I want to do with that. It's a good album. Like it sounds good. It has any artist that you could possibly think of, any genre of hip hop, any subgenre of hip hop that you may want to hear. You could hear it on here. Almost all the artists that have a face or have some type of like, you got New York drill, Chicago drill, whatever Playboi Carti does, like that's in there. I don't really know what genre you consider that. You got the Locks, you got Conway, and you got Griselda, like Kid Cudi I think's on here, Jay-Z's on here, like the Baby, Lil Baby, like any genre. I feel like every genre of hip hop was touched on this album, but it also touched that gospel side that Kanye been trying to reach. So that's how I feel about that one. Now let's get, before I go on too long, like I said, 7 out of 10 for Kanye's album, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about the boy, the certified lover boy, actually, Drake. Now his album is a little different. I'm trying to think. Now Drake's catalog, I'm not really a album person. Like there's very few artists who I will sit down and listen to their full album. And it's usually like artists that I've kind of grew up on or artists that I'm big fans of. Like I done heard every Eminem album. You know what I'm saying? From start to finish. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm familiar with Eminem's catalog. I done heard every Kendrick album. I've heard some of J. Cole's catalog. I've heard some of Logic's catalog. Like there's certain artists. I've heard most of Royce da 5 Don's catalog, most of Crooked Eye's catalog. All the big, like there's certain artists which, like if you notice a pattern, it's usually the lyricists and stuff like that, which isn't always true. Like I know most of Dirk's catalog. Like there's certain artists that most of Young Thug's catalog. Certain artists, as I keep bringing off names, certain artists that catalogs that I'm more familiar with than others because I've listened to full albums of theirs and full projects of theirs and stuff like that. Drake is kind of different. I've listened to a lot of Drake because growing up Drake's always on the radio, so most of his songs that's on most of his albums I've heard just because they've been on the radio. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I've really sat and listened to a full Drake project through Like I might have, but I don't have much memory of it. But I do, like when I look through Drake's catalog, I can name a couple songs off all of his albums that I know by heart or I'm familiar with. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite Drake albums that I can remember is Nothing Was the Same, because that's the one that I like the most songs from. Tuscan Leather's Fire, Started From the Bottom is, Wu Tang Forever, Worst Behavior. Like, that's kind of the time period. Like, I was in high school during that time. Like, I was growing up during Nothing Was the Same. So, The Language, you know what I'm saying? Pound Cake. So, like, certain things like that as far as Drake go. But I think this is the first album that I sat, full Drake album that I sat through from start to finish, from what I know. And that's really because Drake ain't really put out songs to be singles that's on this album. Now that I think about it, like I was saying with Nothing Was the Same, a lot of Drake songs that's on Nothing Was the Same I heard on the radio. Now nobody listens to the radio. I don't listen to the radio, so it's like I'm not gonna really listen to Drake besides the songs that's already big, that's gonna probably play in the gym or gonna play at a party when you're driving by, something like that. Like God's Playing, like I didn't look for God's Playing was just playing everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hotline Bling, I wasn't looking for Hotline Bling, but it was just playing everywhere. This album ain't have no songs like that because Drake pretty much kept everything on this album in-house and then was like, boom, I'm gonna drop all this. So that's kind of, I'm going in here kind of blind, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the ratio, Drake's album, I feel like I'm talking a lot, but it's whatever, it's been a minute. This album, 21 songs, so it's a little shorter than Kanye's album, you know what I'm saying? And I guess that kind of puts it in Drake's favor, but I don't really want to pit the two against each other just because everybody's doing it already. I'm just trying to look at them. I'm looking at them in the same video, but I'm looking at them with separate eyes. I'm not looking at it like, oh, is this better than Kanye? Like, I don't really care. I'm going to compare them, but I'm not going to say which one's better than the other because I'm listening to them with different ears. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to Kanye for bars. I'll listen to Drake to see if he got bars. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of the difference. I'm going to listen to Kanye for what type of instrumentation, production, who's he got on there, who wrote for him, whose style can I tell who wrote Kanye's verse by how Kanye's rapping? You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I listen to when I'm listening to Kanye. With Drake, I'm more like, okay, what are you going to talk about? Are we going to talk about this? What bars? What slick stuff he going to say? Ooh, what can I catch? Ooh, what type of pocket he going to get in? You know what I'm saying? It's like Drake, I'm listening to more for the rapper side of things. Kanye, I'm listening to more for the production and the cohesiveness and just the production of the whole thing. I'm not listening to him for bars. So because of that, and because I'm a rapper myself, my ears are going to attract to more bars and more rhyme schemes and certain things like that Kanye's not going to have. But of course, I like good beats. Kanye has good beats. Kanye is an amazing producer. So it's like, either way, whatever, I'm going to get to it. So with Drake's 21 songs, out of those 21 songs, I have like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 out of 21. Now that is a high ratio, but I'm going to have to probably listen to the album again just to go in and double check. But I know for some songs for a fact that I know I like. In the Bible, I like that song. Of course, they got Dirk on there. And Dirk just pretty much shout out his girl Business. Drake gonna get 1 billion streams for sure, so I'm just promoting her shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, buku people gonna hear this, so let me say your business name, so it kind of shoots up your man, look, that shit fire, I ain't gonna lie. I got The Remorse, which I gotta listen to again because I can't remember that one, but 7 a.m. on the Bridal Path. That's the one. Me and my dad was talking about this earlier, which I'm gonna say this for all albums in the 20s. You cut out this song, this song, this song, this song, and this song, you gonna have the perfect album. I feel like if Drake Drake's 1 through 10 of this album is almost perfect. There's a couple songs in the first 10 that I will take out, but almost the first 10 songs is almost perfect, and then the last 10 is where it kind of gets a little sketchy for me. This is my opinion. So it's like, I feel like you give me the first 10 songs, cause like whatever songs that I was skipping the first 10, you could keep those because you're gonna have a dud or two in it. Keep those first 10 songs. 7 a.m. to the Bridal Path, The Remorse, album done. 12 songs, you out. J. Cole did that, and J. Cole got an album with, I almost liked every single song. I think I looked at it earlier, and I think I liked 9 out of the 13 or something like that. There was a few songs, like there was an interlude on there, so like I don't count interludes in it. But J. Cole I still feel I had the better album than Kanye and I'm about to call him Donda, Kanye and Drake. And I feel Tyler Creator might have had like a better project just because it's a mixture of good production and good lyricism. Drake's album had good production because it's 40 or whatever like that, but and it had good rapping. But I feel like J. Cole and Tyler was on a different level, like, you know what I'm saying. But 7 a.m. on the Bridal Path, that's something. He going at Kanye, nice rhyme scheme. He came in there with a fight. Hold on, let me find that rhyme scheme. That rhyme scheme will pull me in. I wish everyone could tell me exactly what they need from me. The first second they'd speak to me, I'm not with all the secrecy, secretly beefing me behind closed doors, but playing peacefully for the streets to see. Like, my nigga have some decency. Like, when he came in like that, but then he was like, "Oh, don't be a puto," or whatever like that. I was like, okay, but that those first couple, I'm like, okay, here you go. But he went in for the rest of the thing, pretty much addressing Kanye and all the stuff like that. But that's the one. But No Friends in the Industry, that one go hard. That's pretty much him addressing Kanye again. Knife Talk, 21 Savage, like, I can't even talk about it. Like, when he first came out, I was kind of like, dang, this what y'all like this what y'all rocking with. But dude be doing this thing now. 21 Savage be doing this thing. I ain't gonna lie. 21 Savage, another person who full album I listened to. Better Than I Was or whatever it was. I Am Better Than I Was. That album, that's my look. Pipe Down, TSU was interesting. Way Too Sexy is kind of gimmicky, but I kind of liked it because the beat was hard. But I'm gonna have to, like I said, listen to this again just to go in and do that. So I might do like a second review or refer to it again later on. Jay-Z is Jay-Z. Travis Scott impressed me on Fair Trade. Girls Want Girls was kind of, interesting. Champagne Poetry. Now, Champagne Poetry and 7 a.m. and Bridal Pep kind of gave me similar vibes, kind of. That's why I said he didn't even have to do the remorse. If he started with Champagne Poetry, give me the first 10 and then ended with 7 a.m. the Bridal Pep, skip everything between and after, I think this have been something serious. It would have. But he didn't do that. So, but as far as the album go, even though I put what I said, 12 out of 21, I'm going to give it a little lower than Kanye album. I'm going to give this about a 6 or 6.5 out of 10. Just because this album got so much hype. People been waiting for this album. Like Donda, nobody really. This is the difference between Donda and Certified Lover Boy. See, I can't even remember the title of the album. Certified Lover Boy. Donda was not in people's mind frame. Nobody was even thinking about Donda. Donda wasn't even a talk of the town until maybe a month or two ago, as far as I can remember. I didn't know what Donda was. Like, Donda, the title of the album, Kanye's album, was not anticipated until recently when he started promoting it and started going around doing the tours and stuff about it. Certified Lover Boy, Drake has been promoting and teasing and getting people hyped for this album for maybe a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Scorpion came out, 2018? It's 2021. So Drake ain't dropped an album in 3 years. He dropped a couple like short little tapes in between. But people been waiting for a Drake album since Scorpion. You know what I'm saying? And for this album to come out, of course with all the, because even though like Kanye kind of helped in the promotion and the marketing of Certified Lover Boy, because he was like, when Drake dropping, I'm dropping. Waiting on Drake, I'm waiting on Drake album. So he kind of like, Kanye was kind of using his marketing to promote Drake. And then Drake done took over Sports Center with it. And then, you know what I'm saying? He done did the little pregnant lady emoji that got a whole lot of attention. So it's like Drake was getting a whole lot of attention on this album, and this album is looking like it's gonna do good. From what I saw, it should be doing over 600K. Kanye album, they thought that it was gonna blend together. The sales was gonna come out at the same time, but the sales for Donda came out, because when they said that, I was like, no, that doesn't make sense, because the sales come from Friday over the weekend. So Kanye dropping at the end of the weekend, he still did 300 something, but Kanye dropping at the end of the weekend, he's in that week. Drake dropping at the beginning of this weekend. It's 2 different weeks, so their sales wasn't come out at the same time. They said it on the podcast saying, oh yeah, their sales gonna come out at the same time. Kanye got extra days, but he didn't get extra days, he got shorter days. Kanye, I think they said, did about 330, 327 or something like that. And Drake's supposed to do about between 575 to 625, something like that. So it's gonna sell. And like, that was regardless. I didn't never think, oh yeah, ain't nobody gonna listen to Drake album. The Drake album ain't gonna sell. I knew it was gonna sell, but was it worth the hype? I feel like it's just a regular Drake album. I feel like he impressed me with his lyrics. Him going at Kanye and him doing certain things and the thing, it impressed me. But the hype for the album and then even the title of the album and the promotion, the album cover, it kind of don't fit each other. So it's like Drake have these couple songs like TSU, Way Too Sexy, Girls Want Girls, Champagne Poetry. Like he have a couple songs in here that's kind of like, okay, this kind of fit the certified lover boy thing. But then he got songs, which is mostly the songs I like, that he kind of just do regular Drake stuff. Like he just rap. Like he just shows he can rap. Pop, like as far as the certified lover boy, like what I would think it is, Champagne Poetry, Poppy's Home, Girls Want Girls, In the Bible Would Be Fine, Way Too Sexy, TSU, In Too Deep, Yeba's Heartbreak. Like there's a couple songs, like pretty much this album is too long and I feel like it's filled with too much. If I made this album myself and I decided to ignore the certified lover boy title and the marketing and stuff like that, I would have it the way where it's like most of the, you know what I'm saying, songs where he kind of got bars or whatever like that. But since this is fitting the certified lover boy, or supposed to fit the certified lover boy theme, and he starts the album talking about this is a different side of me or whatever like that, either way, you have to take songs out. Either way, this album is too long. If you wanted to have this certified lover boy trope, keep all your love songs, all your sappy songs, Way Too Sexy, TSU, you could even kind of kept 7 of them on Prada Path, but not really because it's a diss record. But those songs, you could have kept them on there and cut the album short at that. Okay, I'm in and out. The album's short, so it's going to get more plays because, okay, the album's short. Let me listen to it again. But when you have an album that's this long with so many contradicting just topics and certain things like that and like just things that don't really fit, then it's like, okay, I'm going to listen to this album once or twice and I'm done. Like, that's kind of how Pusha album kind of did with like those short albums is gonna, I feel like, going to last a lot longer because it's in and out. Like, dang, it's 30 minutes an album over. Okay, let me listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it don't have much replayability. I feel like it don't fit the theme of what I thought it should. Even though I wouldn't have been as interested in it, at least it would have stuck to a topic. I feel like it doesn't. The whole album as a whole doesn't stick to a topic. I feel like it doesn't live up to all the hype and all the attention that it's gotten. But it's going to get the attention that it asks for because it's Drake anyways. You know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion on this. I've been going for about 30 minutes. But in my opinion, Donda is a better put together album because even though Donda has these different artists, they all still kind of stuck to this theme of repent and forgiveness and just certain things that will go into Kanye's more Christian type of thing. Dirk didn't go in there talking about the stuff that Dirk talks about for the most part, killing and, you know what I'm saying, materialistic things and certain stuff like that. Dirk went in there and he was talking about unity between people and seeing his brother pass and how that changed his mindset. You know what I'm saying? Fabio went in there and he spoke his heart out. The baby went out there. Like, everybody went in there and talked on something that connected all these songs together. Lil Baby went on there and said what he had to say, where it was just like, okay, everything seems connected. The production made everything seem connected. The titles made everything seem connected. Because there's certain little things in there that kind of like throw it off, but for the most part, you can tell this is Christian based, gospel based, but it's hip hop at the same time. Drake's album on the other side, when you see the title Certified Lover Boy, when you see how Drake's been promoting it, when you see how everybody's been promoting it with the heart in the head and the pregnant women on the thing, you would think, okay, this is going to be a more love-based, maybe R&B-ish, Drake rapping over slower beats, kind of spilling his heart out, being in his feelings like people always say. That is what you expect for this whole album, which technically you dissing Kanye is kind of you being in your feelings, but it ain't that feeling that Certified Lover Boy is supposed to entail, if that kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So because of that I feel like Kanye put out the better album. Drake kind of backed himself in the wall on this one. So I don't know, but I feel like Kanye had the better album. It was easier for me to listen to after 7 a.m. because I'm just going off of how I was when I was listening to the album. After 7 a.m. in the Bridal Path, I kind of zoned out of the rest of the album. After that, I kind of didn't care about, like, even I'm from New Orleans. The Lil Wayne and Rick Ross song, I didn't care about the Lil Wayne and Rick Ross song. The song with Top Dollar Sign, I didn't really care about that. Race My Mind, I think I added that to my playlist, but I don't even know what that song sounds like. After 7 a.m. on a Bridal Path, everything else is forgettable to me. Like, I added the Remorse, but I don't remember what the Remorse sound like. Like, there's certain songs I put in my playlist because I think I liked them at that moment, but I can't remember why I liked them. After TSU, pretty much, it kind of started getting but then Bridal Path kind of pulled it back up. Knife Talk and Bridal Path. No Friends in the Industry, Knife Talk, and Bridal Path. That was a good 3. And then after that good 3, everything, it was just for the rest of the album. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, it ain't really like that because everything's kind of more experimental. Even though I didn't add as many songs from his album as the other album, it's like different sounds and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just something. I feel like the aftermath of Kanye's album is way funnier and way more entertaining than the aftermath of Drake's album. After Kanye dropped his album, Soulja Boy pretty much went crazy because he wasn't on there. I went crazy because I wasn't on there. But as far as Certified Lover Boy, it came out. People gave their opinion on it. And then Drake leaked a Kanye verse that sounded better, a Kanye record with Andre 3000 that sounded better than Drake's whole album. So it makes me even more lean towards Kanye because you dropped a fire Kanye song or you leaked a fire Kanye song on your radio station for whatever reason. So it's kind of it's iffy. It's iffy. I'm leaning towards Kanye and Drake ain't making it any better. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back. Hopefully we not here anymore by the time I come back. Hopefully we back home. Hopefully things start getting better. Going to get back to 89 Cat episode 25. I'm probably just naming this Donda versus CLB or something like that. But that's it for me. I'm out. Too sweet. Deuces.